From parts unknown, weight unknown, he is the Metal Geek! Time to wage war in the Geek Pit! Oh yeah!
What's going on, Geek Pit? Welcome to another episode of Geeking Out with the Metal Geek. I'm your host, the Metal Geek, and I got a couple of quick announcements right now before we get things started with our huge, amazing guest right now. We got this coming Saturday, we got New York Winds live at the Queensbury Elks Lodge. Tickets are on sale now. Click that QR code, buy your tickets. It's going to be headlined by Joey Conway defending the title against former WWE superstar Lindsay Dorado. Should be an amazing match. This is going to be a stacked card. You also got Mike the Truth Jackson there. Just so much more. Please buy your tickets. The tickets are on sale now. And yeah, just buy those tickets, man, because you're going to miss out on a great show. The last show was absolutely amazing, and I can't speak enough how great this show is going to be. Not only that, this coming Wednesday, we have a very special guest. Savage season continues because we got making his debut on the podcast, The Virus, this coming Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. U.S. time, 9:30 p.m. UK time. So make sure you tune into that one as well. And not only that, you can help geek out by clicking that QR code and just subscribing to the channel. It would help me out so much because you don't have to do anything. It's completely free. You're helping me out. So click that QR code, help geek out, and then you'll be in the Geek Pit in no time. So, all right, without further ado, we have a huge guest lined up here tonight. He is not CM Punk. He is not John Cena. He is James Cena. What's going on?
So I don't know if you can actually hear me. It's all
Oh, I can
my
hear you.
end.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right. So we had a little bit of a technical issue right now, but he should be back in no time. But yeah, so
Can you hear me now?
yes, I hear you. You hear me?
Yes, that's brilliant.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Little hiccup. We're ready to go. Like I said before, he's not CM Punk. He is not John Cena. He is James Cena.
Hello.
Yeah. So how did you get your start in the wrestling business, James?
Well, I actually started in 2019. I went along to a local training school and started trying out a few bits and taking it from there, really.
Mhm.
And of course, sadly, I did stop during COVID because everyone had to, but I carried it on, going about 2 to 3 times a week. I've been there ever since.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who trained you, James?
It was actually by Quality Wrestling.
By Quality Wrestling. Oh, so you know Jensen, right?
Yeah, Jensen at Quality Wrestling. He's actually my tag team partner.
Oh, that's so cool. You know. So like I know that's a school that trained you, but who was your trainer at the time?
It's Rishi Ghosh.
Richie Gulch was your trainer. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the biggest thing you would say he taught you?
I'm trying to think. Over the years, he's gave me such a lot of advice, like how to perform certain moves or character building. It's hard to say one thing in particular because there's just so much he's given me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, who are some of your dream matches you would love to have that you have not had yet?
Uh, it's one of those things. I'd love to start, picking people from WWE and stuff, and say, certain guys there that would be my dream match. But I think locally, I don't know if there's such a mixture of people out there. Um, yeah, one day, hopefully I'll get around to quite a few different people.
Yeah, I mean, you got the James Cena gimmick. I'm just so surprised that we haven't seen a Randy Orton cosplay, or we haven't seen an Edge cosplay. Someone trying to be like Randy Orton and hitting those RKO's. But then again, on that last match, I believe it was Jensen. Was it Jensen you wrestled or
Yes.
right? It was
Uh,
Jensen hit the RKO on you, I believe.
yeah, he does an amazing RKO.
Yeah. That was a fantastic match you guys had at Savage. Yeah, so but yeah, who's some of the dream matches you would
Do you want me to say locally or WWE or?
we could start with locally and then we could do a WWE though.
Yeah. Locally, I I must admit, I always enjoy going against Jensen. It's even though I've done it 101 times, because I know him very well. I know where we can push, what we can do, but at the same time, I don't know if there's probably a lot of people out there I do want to try having a go against. Whether it's, I guess Connor that done one of the wrestling shows on Savage. Wouldn't mind going against him. Um, well, actually, I should say Anthony Storm. But I'm trying to think now. There's It's one of those things. There's a lot of people I've been against already, but I'm always on the lookout.
I mean, Anthony Storm on that last show tried to attack Jensen right there,
Yeah,
going for that title, the Venom
yeah,
Championship,
yeah.
So, but yeah, now WWE, who's like that guy that you would like of the wrestle?
I've got to say, it's got to be a John Cena. It's, I think, with a whole, my style, James Cena first John Cena. What more? What more would you want?
Yeah. Man, I think if you ever made it to WWE or when you make it to WWE, I feel you need to do a segment like with you and Randy Orton. I think it would be fantastic. You know what I mean? Like he'll come out and he'll try to challenge John Cena, and then all of a sudden you come out and then he wrestle him. That would be great to do like some kind of segment. Kind of like how what was it like the Miz and Morrison?
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
did what I forgot who it was, but they had like the little guys that came out with them.
uh, I I can't remember names, but I briefly do remember. Yeah,
Something like that. You should be that guy that comes out and just challenges Orton or something.
it would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be something though. But yeah. So like what's some places you would love to travel to that you have not traveled to yet?
I've got to say, one place I'd love to travel to for wrestling would actually be America.
America, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things because last time I was out in America, I did actually go to a wrestling show, and it's just a whole different atmosphere.
You've been to America though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
um, I found it was I don't know, everyone just gets involved. It's for like what someone said to me. It's like a lot of people in England they have like EastEnders and Hollyoaks and stuff like that. Where over in America, it's like their weekly thing is wrestling. I think that's really amazing.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's amazing too, man. So the last Savage show, we're going to talk a little bit about it. So Vargo is actually under job review right now. Do you
I did
think
see.
do you think Vargo deserves to get his job back?
I think we all deserve a chance. So, you know, maybe give him a chance and, see what happens.
Even though there's the despicable things he's done, though.
You
Even
never
though
know. He might change. He might change.
he might change, right?
I guess he's under review, so maybe if they give him enough a chance and say, look, it's your last opportunity, maybe he'll do something different.
I mean, yeah, he's had the feud with Jensen over there, you know.
Hmm.
One of your good buddies over there, Jensen Ryan.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, he threw him out of season 1. I don't know if you remember that.
I briefly remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, my next question is that, what is your opinion? Do you think that Roger Steers is still the champion, or do you think that Simon won it? Because I feel it's a very controversial topic.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I gotta say, I'm gonna support Simon. Simon's a nice guy. I've met him quite a few times. So,
What? Are you
uh,
kidding me, man? Come on, man. You're kidding right now? I mean, Sears had the match won. The referee called the bell. I mean, what is going on, man? You know?
yeah. As I said, Simon's a nice guy, so I think he deserves it.
Oh my god, man. Yeah. Another one, man. I mean, Roger Sears should be still the champion right now. It doesn't matter. I mean, the ref never saw anything. The ref's decision's final. I feel Roger Sears should still be the champion.
I see your point, but as I said, I think Simon does deserve it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, 24 hours removed. Another controversial topic. I think I'll ask you. What is your opinion on CM Punk return to WWE?
Oh God, I
I won't. I
must
won't.
admit,
I won't criticize you.
I'm not a fan of CM Punk. I just see him as no matter where he goes, trouble seems to follow him.
Mhm.
So I must admit, I saw rumors yesterday on the internet that he's back. They've done this on that song and thing. You know, I saw it this morning. He was actually back. I was like, I, I don't know. I think a lot of people or a lot of wrestlers in WWE are going to be very upset by that decision.
I mean, Seth Rollins does not look happy at all.
No, I did see the clip that's going around on TikTok and Facebook, and yeah, he didn't look happy one
Nah,
bit.
nah, right?
So
What? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was
Continue.
just going to say, I did read something a minute ago, and they said when they brought CM Punk back, it was only literally a couple of people knew, and they kept him in a room separate from anyone else. So literally, when he came out, a lot of the wrestlers there didn't even know themselves that he was back. So, yeah,
Yeah, I think that's I think CM Punk could have some great matches. I mean, another match at Roman would be awesome.
yeah.
A match of Cody would be awesome. You know,
I think
Seth.
it's, as I said, it's one of those things. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of potential, but for whatever reason, trouble just seems to follow him.
Exactly. I mean, hopefully this time it's it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't think he has anywhere else to go after this.
No, but then, again, I couldn't really see him actually coming back to WWE. I thought that was going to be a no-go zone.
I mean, I could see him going to Impact, like everybody's calling him to go to Impact. But
Yeah,
the thing is, he's somebody who's going to want money. But if he blows his shot with WWE, that might be it, man. He's got no other options there.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, Seth, you got, and Roman's another option. Cody, Nakamura, a lot of people are calling for. Um, Not a lot of great matches though for Punk, man. But you know, so enough of the WWE talk. What is your favorite food?
Favorite food? Oh God. I guess I eat a lot of chicken and rice,
Hmm.
but at weekends I do like pizza. So yeah.
So you've been to New York. Have you been to? Have you had a favorite pizza spot or
Sadly, I've not been to New York, but
not yet?
not yet. I'd love to go out there and actually try New York pizza. I must admit.
Hmm. But yes, but you have been to the States though, right?
Yeah,
All right. So hopefully you could come back and have another tour of the States or something, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It would be good.
that would be pretty cool to see you in the States, man. There's a lot of comedy wrestlers in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, yeah. So that like what do you think? What is the hardest part of training? You would say your training.
I think the hardest part for me is actually my mind, and I think especially when I first started out doing wrestling, it's like, okay, yeah, you're just going to do a front flip and getting that set in your mind because it's not something a average person does. It's like front flip. Okay, so I've got to jump up, land on my back. It's just even though it sounds very simple and it's simple now, it actually took me quite probably took a couple of months or so to actually get it in my mind, thinking, okay, why am I doing this? What's going on? I'm safe. I'm not going to hurt myself, and just to go with it.
What would you say your most proudest moment in wrestling is?
Uh, I think my most proudest moment is I could pick a number of different matches out and that, but I think a time where I've actually felt, this is really good is when I've done a match, whether it's been from like a kid's birthday parties or even like a live show. I've gone into the audience afterwards and like different kids come up to me and it's like, oh my God, you're amazing. They gave me a hug and
Oh,
just that sense of, you know, them being entertained and more or less doing what I can for them. I think that's probably my proudest moment.
mhm. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good one though.
Yeah.
Because yeah, because what did yeah, what was the biggest thing you learned in wrestling? You'd say.
Ah, the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think now. There's a lot of moves out there
Mhm.
I've learned over for years, and it's like,
What's the hardest move you'd say to learn wrestling? Is it a moonsault?
yeah, that would be one of the hardest. But see, it's quite strange. I normally say with wrestling, you got high flyers, you got for people that do for other moves. Where it's like with me, I love picking people up and throwing them.
Hmm.
I must admit, I'm not a high flyer myself.
Hmm.
So normally, any moves that involves too much jumping, I try to avoid.
Uh-huh.
But if I need to do it, I need to do it. That's that.
So what influenced the John Cena gimmick?
It's one of those things. I've always been a fan of John Cena, and especially for the amount of charity work he does, like Make a Wish, and even growing up, my friend always used to watch wrestling, and he used to have like WrestleMania on, and John Cena always used to be on. So he's always there in my mind, in the background. And when I started, doing wrestling training, one person I could watch and really get into was actually John Cena. I would go past his matches, and I was like, yeah, that's it's type of character is what I like. It's who I'd want to be, and yeah, it's just gone on and gone on, and then eventually one day, wishing my trainer, it's like, oh, would I be interested in doing a kids party? But can I do it like John Cena? And yeah, that was the start.
Yeah. Not only that, you told me, I believe, but I think it was before we went on the air, or I'm not sure if it was during, but
Yeah, yeah,
you told me you actually had the opportunity to actually meet John Cena
yeah.
in your wrestling gimmick, and he actually he asked you. He's like, yeah, I'm a wrestler too, right?
Yeah, yeah. I went up to John Cena. I actually wore my costume, and I was like, you can probably guess I do wrestling and guess who I built my character around. And he's like, oh my God, that's amazing. That's brilliant. And I want to say he's such a nice guy. And it's like, I had a photograph with him a couple of hours later. And when I went to have a photograph with him, he's like, look, because of the gimmick you do and this and that, he's like, you need to do something that he does so he can, be there like saying, who's this? I was like, look, I'll do a 5 knuckle shuffle. That's one of your moves. He's like, okay, so if you do that, he's going to stand there like this thinking, who's this imposter? And we took the photograph and he was like, look, go check a photograph, see what you think. If it's no good, we'll do another one. So yeah, he really took his time out for me, which I really do appreciate.
Do you still have the photograph on you, or?
Yes, I do.
Oh man, that's the one I gotta see, man. You and John Cena,
Yeah,
man. It's like
yeah,
it's like you should like just post it, man, because it like a split image right there. It's like
yeah,
it'll be like the Eminem, like the Slim Shady song. Who's the real John Cena? And
yeah,
you're pointing to him right there. So,
yeah.
but man, if you had to give advice to like any young wrestlers that are coming up, what advice would you give? You'd say this is the final question I got.
I think my advice would actually be is you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. There's going to be times where you do moves and you're going to be completely rubbish out of first, second, third time. But even though it's part of my gimmick, I'm actually going to say is never give up. Because the thing is, sometimes it may take you 10 times to actually do that move. But the more you do it, the better you are going to be at it. And I think, like I said, even with myself personally, there's a lot of stuff I had to put my mind to. And it's like, okay, I've got this, I can do it. And yeah, I eventually done it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing with podcasting in a way because I'm like struggling right now just to keep going, but I got to keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a constant thing, you know what I mean? And it's like you're giving me that message. Just don't give up right now. Just keep
Mm,
going. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Because it's like I mean I believe it's the grind. I believe.
yeah, yeah,
Right, you got to keep grinding, man. Keep going.
yeah.
Just keep going. Someone's gonna see you eventually. You know what I mean? But I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast,
Yeah,
James.
thank you.
Yeah. So, is there any social medias you have, or
Yes, I'm on Facebook under James Cena and Instagram and Twitter under James Cena as well.
yeah, where could people book you if they want to book you?
I would say come through my Facebook like page. I have got a website, but currently it's being built at this moment in time.
Hmm.
So that's something to watch out for. It will be there.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, where are the do you have any upcoming shows or?
My next upcoming show is in, trying to think of a date now. It's actually in February, and
Mhm.
it's for Fennon Championship Wrestling.
All right. So I got you.
Yeah, and
Go
go on.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say there will be a few other local shows as well, but that will be the main one.
I hope Savage will be at Venom. I'm sure they will. All right.
Yes, they will
All
be
right.
indeed.
So make sure you check out Savage Pro Wrestling. Watch James Cena on Savage Pro Wrestling. It's on, I believe it's on YouTube, right? The match with you and Jensen, right?
Yes, yeah, that
Right.
is
So
quite an epic match.
a great match where I still popped when Jensen did the RKO on you because
Yeah,
it's like Randy Orton and John Cena right there. Was that
yeah.
was that the goal or the match?
It's yeah. A lot of the time when me and Jens have gone together, we've got a lot of ideas. Just thinking of Randy Orton and John Cena and putting them together, and
Mhm.
then of course while we're in the ring, just seeing what gets called, what we get up to. And as I said, Jensen's a great guy to work with, very easy to work with. So yeah,
I, I I remember there was actually and before we end it, um, there was actually a tweet by Randy Orton saying that he doesn't like when people do super kicks in a match. You
Yeah.
remember? I don't know if you remember this. The Young Bucks were doing all the super kicks, and it wouldn't finish the match. I would like do like 20 super kicks, and he made a tweet about it, and the end result was instead of having a super kick party, we're gonna have an RKO party.
Yeah, that's quite epic.
Did you
Yeah.
see that, or did you see that? It was like it's probably blown around social media somewhere.
Yeah.
I think Adam Cole was in it. The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega
Yeah.
was there. You know, so it was great stuff though. But yeah, James, thank you so much for coming on the podcast again, and remember to catch Savage Pro Wrestling. It is now available on YouTube, and catch James at Venom, right? I believe, right?
Yes.
All right, so and we will see you guys in the next one.